Hello, everyone. Earthangel here. I wanted to come back on. Of course, I'm doing this challenge. So today is Thursday, giving you another video. I'm so excited. So, yesterday I talked to you about the truth about union, and this is part two of that because I realized that there's some more for me to share. So, that's why I'm coming on for you. Okay, so let me tell you. For those who have done the work, who are ready for union, what an exciting time. Everything is wrapping up. God is making sure that your fulfillment, you know, what you have asked for is actually coming back to you. So exciting. Just wrapping up last minute thing so that we can get this show on the road. I'm happy about that. Let's go. So with union, so what I left out yesterday is, now I did talk about the divine masculine father who comes and takes our Ben under his wing, and he gives them healing and he gives them insight and guidance. So, along with that, he is kind of mentoring, training them to be the best version of themselves, not to come back to you any old type of way or the way they used to be, right? So they are learning. Should I say it? Yes. They are learning about how to treat you, how to take care of you, and also about sex. Phew. So they are learning that it's not all about that, right? So in the past, our past lives, you know, how can I explain this? They're sitting there saying, it's all about me. It's all about satisfying me. I want it 10 times a day or 10 times a week, whatever. Things are changing, so they're not like lusting anymore. They're not, there's no pornography, and they're doing all there are a lot of things that have been thrown out. You guys, have my hand. It's wrapped again. My wrist. Anyway, so they are coming to you in a divine light. Purification has happened. They're coming to you with more of an open heart instead of the way that you dealt with them in the past. So a gentleman said to me, he said, I used to listen to like Joe songs, right? And I used to think I knew what it was all about. I used to think that it was all about me. Now I realize it's never been about me. Now I'm listening to the words and realizing it's not about me, it's about you. It's always been about you. So I thought that was interesting that he said that. And he goes, I don't know why he said that. Because you know, during your dream state, you are learning so much about yourself. You're learning so much about this journey. You're learning so much about when you come back in union. you're going to come back correctly. It's more divine how you're going to come back, how you're going to show up. It's not going to be the way it used to be. Not at all. Not at all, you guys. They want men and women. They want to come and show you that they really love you and they really care for you, and there's nobody else out there that they're looking at, that they're interested in. They know the grass is not greener. How many times have I said this? They know the grass is not greener. They want you. They do not care about anything else. They just want you. They want to love you. They want to care for you. They want to take care of you. They want to support you. It will be a little bit different, you guys, for those who have been in relationships and, you've talked to your partner and they just seem like they don't care. Or you're talking to them and they're just like, mm-hmm. Or you talk to them a week later and they're like, I don't remember that conversation. That's because they weren't really listening to what you were saying. Now it's going to be completely different. They are really listening. They want you to just be in love with them the way that they are divinely in love with you. That's what they want. So it's going to be quite interesting how this is going to go. I want you to know it's going to be different. How they're going to show up is totally different than what you're used to. The other thing that I wanted to mention is, you know what? God realizes that you have all been doing the work. You have taken fear out of your vocabulary. Don't say I'm afraid or I fear. God is not the God of fear, right? God is the God of love. So worry, doubt, hatred, being angry, jealous, judging, this, that, or the other, treating a person, cussing at a person, treating a person without respect, all that goes out the window, okay, when it comes time to your sacred union. Now, if you notice that they come back to you, but they come back unchanged, they have not gone through the sacred union with God. Period. All right? Because all that's going to happen before they come back to you. You will realize, see the difference. Instead of there being a lot of noise, illusions, you're going to see clearly. All right? There's going to be clarity in what you see. You both are going to come together. You going to start working on God's mission, what God wants for your lives. Okay? So God is saying, and I'm going to share this with you. God is saying thank you to all of you who have come inside and done the work. God says, thank you for your faithfulness, for believing in the best, for believing that things could and will get better, for believing that I only want the ultimate, the best for you and your counterpart. So it's very important that you continue on the path of working on yourself. And for those who are ready, you're ready. God's just finishing up, doing the last finishing touches, and your important unions will begin. It's so exciting. Okay. So, Is there anything else? So I wanted to come on and also explain about the there is I kind of call it a big divide, because you've got well, let me back up some. So I put out the video, the 2021 disclosures, right? I talked a little bit about it before that also. And you are going to find that there is going to be more noise with the government, more noise with, it could be spiritually, it could be teachers, whatever, you know. It's kind of like the great divide, and I say that because you've got those who are who have decided to walk in higher consciousness, and you've got those who are still walking in lower consciousness. Meaning, those who are watching videos and they're attacking another person for what they say, instead of just leaving it alone. Everyone, right? Freedom of speech. What happened to that? What happened to that? You got people who are bullying others. You've got people who are being mean, being nasty, not. The reason why they're like this is because they are still in lower consciousness. Those in lower consciousness have decided that they have not, they were, or they weren't going to do the work to raise their consciousness, or maybe they've done some of it and they haven't done it all. They just wish to gossip and hang out with their clique and do with this and that. While everyone else is changing, everyone else is doing the work. They want to be at higher consciousness with the collective. That's what's so important for you, right? For you to do the work so that you can move up in consciousness. It's very important because the majority of us have moved up in consciousness. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to walk in and out of higher consciousness to lower consciousness, higher consciousness to lower consciousness. The goal here is not to stay in the lower consciousness. Now, for example, you could go over a friend's house and they just gossip and they blah, blah, blah. And you're like, that's lower consciousness. They have not awakened. They have not done the work to raise themselves up in consciousness. Okay? A lot of that is going on. So, and you can't really say anything to them. Come on, do the work. You want to say, do the work. You've been talking about Miss Sally since, for 20 years. Let it go. Let it go. So there are things that they need to work on in order to raise their vibration, in order to raise their consciousness. So, but God is saying thank you, thank you, thank you to those who have decided to go in and do the work. God is asking, God, universe, source, divine, whoever you wish to call on, is asking for us to pay attention to ourselves, to go in and look at us, who we really are. Do we complain? Do we yell at other people or curse at other people? Do we put the blame on other people instead of on ourselves? Do we not take the accountability for our actions? Right? Once you realize, you do the work, like I said, and you realize, you know what? It wasn't them, it was me. For example, you're in a relationship at 18, 20, 24, 26, 28, and then you try to say, well, you know what, they just didn't treat me right, or blah, blah, blah. Stop and think about, how did I act? What did I bring to the table? What were my actions? What would make them think to treat me this way? Was I arrogant? Ego? Was I cheating? Was I just thinking about me? I just think about me. I don't care about you. It's time to stop and take accountability for your actions, okay? Sure, traumatic things may have happened to you or to your family. Maybe because of police brutality, you've got a couple of members who are dead. Maybe because of this or that happened, the way you were raised, where you were raised, your best friend is gone. That is not your fault. And you have to understand to let that go. Don't carry it. Maybe if we were at blah, 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 or maybe if we didn't go, or maybe if I hung out with them, stop, okay? Stop all the madness. It's time to go within and give yourself a break. It's time to let go of all that hurt, all that fear, all that trauma. It's time to forgive yourself, right? Forgive yourself. When you look at the journey, or you look over your life to see the different relationships, you need to stop and look at how your life has changed. Who am I now? How have I showed up? Maybe in the past, you were kind of a bully. I'm just, these are just examples, right? But now, after you have let all this go, maybe you were a bully because someone was a bully to you. You didn't think that was fair, so you did. Okay? No matter what it is, you have went in and you have done the work. And then you stop to think about, you know what? That is not me at all. I'm a loving person. I'm a spiritual person. I'm very compassionate. I love people. I love to be surrounded by people. I'm charismatic. I'm fun-loving. I am. These are all examples, you guys. But look at who you are now, even coming through this journey, realizing, you know what? I didn't set boundaries before, and now I am setting boundaries. People are not going to just treat me any old kind of way. You've got to take accountability. You don't have to be ugly about it. With love. Show your love. And continue. If they're not treating you wonderfully, you know how to detach. Walk away. Deuces, y'all. Y'all know how I do. Deuces. I'm out. I don't have time for that. Where when I was younger, I sat around, you sit around, you let people treat you any old kind of way, you deal with all this stuff. Now you're like, no, I'm not going to. No. I choose to be happy go lucky every single day of my life. I choose love and peace over disharmony and imbalance. So it is your choice, your decision making. It is your choice to be the higher consciousness or the lower consciousness. But God is saying, for those who have done the work and those who are doing the work, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your faithfulness. I am grateful for you. It's so humbling and rewarding to hear such encouraging words. When you're walking around and you go, and you hear deserving, you hear gratefulness. No, God is grateful. We're grateful for what God gives us, but believe me, for your work, for saving humanity, for working with the collective, bringing the consciousness higher than before, ever, God is saying thank you. Take it. It's not just giving, it's also knowing how to receive. Receiving compliments, receiving God's love, receiving the beauty of the world. Take it. It's yours. Okay, so I would just want to come on, share that with all of you. I love you guys so much. It's Thursday. We did it. I will see you guys on the next video. Take care, okay? Peace.